I never thought I would say this, but we're in an age where we're suffering from too many games. There are 100 games releasing every day, and it can be really easy to be overwhelmed by the sheer amount of games, and also it can be really hard to choose what to play, to determine what's worth your time. So I wanted to film a video talking about some of the indie games releasing in August that I think might be worth checking out, that you might have missed out on, and ones that I think will be quite well made and fun. Before we get into the video, there are some games releasing this month that are a bit more on the cozier side, so I already talked about them on my channel in the cozy games releasing in August video. I'll be linking that in the description if you would like to check that out and find even more lovely games releasing this month that are, in my opinion, worth checking out. So with that said, here are the indie game releases of August that I think are worth your time. The first indie game of August I want to talk about is Anomaly President, releasing August 3rd. So this game is made by one of my favorite gaming content creators, Enes Kirazolu. It's a YouTuber I basically grew up with. I've been watching him for 10 years at this point, so I might be biased. It's also a Turkish game, and I'm Turkish, so I might be double biased, but I promise it looks so cool. It's a presidential roguelike action game where we basically lead a double life in this world full of chaos and corruption. By day, we are running for president, gathering votes, and trying to win the hearts of the people. But then, by night, we transform into a vigilante warrior to take down the current ruthless president and his criminal gangs. The bosses we fight are actually the vice presidents, and they each have unique anomaly powers. For example, the PR chief has the power of heart, which makes people fall in love with them, and when we defeat them, we actually get to steal and use those anomaly powers for ourselves. We get to master all these different skills to become a sword master who parries attacks, or a cyber mage dealing massive damage with magic. But we don't do this alone. We recruit these oppressed little creatures called fluffies to join our team. We can assign them to different departments, so some will campaign for us, and some will upgrade our gear, and some will actually assist us in battle. We have to take good care of them though, or they will leave us or even die. And to manage all of this, we get our own campaign bus that serves us as a mobile base so that we can build up and customize from scratch. I'm so excited for it, and it looks amazing. And then the day after, on the 4th of August, we have another super unique game called Big Wall. This one is coming from House, the exact same creative team that made Untitled Goose Game. It's a game I love, so I just know it's gonna be packed with that same quirky, charming energy. This is a co-op online walker talker where we literally just hang out and get lost with our friends in this huge, beautiful world. The whole game revolves around online co-op and proximity voice chat, so we just communicate while exploring. We also use emotes, gestures, we play around with different tools and just interact with the environment and each other in silly ways. I think it looks really refreshing, it looks unique. I don't know what it's exactly gonna be like without playing the game, I cannot tell, but I believe it is going to be really fun. I think it looks like the amazing multiplayer experience to just play on a weekend, chat about your day with friends, wander around together, finding all these little secrets the developers hid around the map. And yeah, I cannot wait to see what they did. Moving on to August 5th, we have Lost and Found, a This But We Made story. In this one, we play as Sophie Roy, who just started her new job as a stewardess on a ship in the 60s. This is a standalone story game set after the events of This But We Made, but you don't actually have to play the first game to understand the story. Though, if you enjoy slow-paced walking simulator type of games like these, I would really recommend the first game as well. These are both quite short, so you can play the first game and this new edition in an afternoon. We get to solve a series of thefts in this narrative-driven mystery as we explore the ship. And by the way, I'm gonna be recording a gameplay video for this game just after I finish filming this current video actually. It will probably be on my channel as you're watching this video in case you'd like to check it out, or if you're in the mood for a cinematic story. It has a very get your warm drink, sit back, and just get cozy type of gameplay. We'll get to really dig into the passengers' secrets, examine their belongings, and try to piece together exactly what is happening on this ship. This is one of my favorite genres of games, so I'm always happy for more. On August 6th, we have Sovereign Tower. In this one, we step into the role of a sovereign managing a magical tower. It's a story-rich RPG, and we get to manage our own round table by recruiting some really eccentric knights with strong personalities and questionable morals. Then we send them out on quests, manage their huge egos, and try to keep the kingdom running smoothly as we deal with everything from gardening problems to literal exorcisms. We'll have to balance our affinity with merchants, mystics, nobles, and regular people. But if we want to spend all the treasury money and backstab everyone, we can also do that. The coolest mechanic, in my opinion, is that if we mess up a decision, there's a demon living in the crypts of the tower who can turn back time. So we can go back with all the knowledge we learned and change our fate completely. We also get to expand the tower by building new annexes like an alchemy room or a forge, and we can even romance stone statues. Apparently, it sounds like a very unique blend of kingdom management and just pure narrative drama, so I'm also excited to check this one out. Also on the 6th is Talespinner. This is a deck-building roguelike adventure heavily inspired by Japanese mythology. We play as a storyteller guiding our chosen hero through a narrative that keeps changing based on our decisions and the cards we pick. We build our deck as we go and face off against different mythological creatures from folklore. I'm not a huge fan of deck builders, or at least I think I'm not, but anytime I play one, I get so hooked, so I'm excited to see if this one will have the same effect on me. Then on August 7th, we have V Junk Artists, and I'm actually giving away 5 Steam keys for this. I didn't want to mention this in the beginning of the video to kind of keep it as a secret reward for people who watched until now. To join the giveaway, all you have to do is like this video and leave any comment including the keyword art. So this is a creative collage and guess multiplayer game for up to 6 players, and we don't even need to know how to draw because we just use piles of junk to create our art around this cozy campfire. We use things like rusty metal, old toys, broken appliances, discarded clothes, and we arrange them to convey our secret word. We can also animate the materials in real time to make our junk sculptures move. When we like someone else's artwork, we can give them a red flower or use stickers that trigger unique sound effects and musical notes. It's definitely a really special game, I think, especially in this age we live in. Just make art. You just make art. You just make junk art. I think that sounds amazing. So yeah, don't forget to join the giveaway. I'm giving away 5 Steam keys. 5. Then on August 11th, we have Ledgerbound. This is a funny, narrative-driven tactical RPG that mixes epic fantasy tropes with mundane corporate life. We do all the classic fantasy stuff like battling evil enemies, but we also have to fill out paperwork, rescue our adventuring company from financial ruin, and pursue HR-approved relationships. We have to manage our party and build out our team while also prioritizing our quest-life balance. The dialogue that I've seen so far looks super punchy and character-driven, and we get to have grounded, meaningful conversations with our party members. It is a Choices Matter game, by the way, which if you watched my channel before, you know I love, and I just think it's a really funny and unique take on the traditional RPG formula. Moving on to August 12th, we have Security 51. This is a security guard simulator that feels very inspired by Papers, Please. We're working the checkpoint in an underground bunker at Area 51, right where the elevator descends miles below the surface into unknown laboratories and containment zones. We have to scan the staff, check their clearance levels, and verify their documents to make sure nobody suspicious gets in or out. We look for inconsistencies inconsistencies in their paperwork, slurred speech, or behavior that breaks protocol. As we progress, we unlock more verification methods like fingerprint scanners and blood tests. If we let the wrong person through, the consequences might not show up until several shifts later when an infection starts ravaging the facility. We can also quarantine people if we aren't sure about them, but there's always the risk of accidentally locking up an innocent employee. I love this gameplay loop, so I cannot wait to check this one out. Next, on August 18th, we have Twisted Tower. In this one, we're blasting our way through an abandoned 1950s theme park filled with corrupted fairy tale mascots. It gives major Bioshock meets Disney World vibes to me. We explore 5 different haunting levels like a hotel, a water park, a clown casino, a carnival forest, and a space station. We collect bizarre toys to help us jump, dash, and grapple our way to the top of the tower to save the love of our life. I don't know if it's my type of game personally, but I cannot deny the fact that it looks really cool and definitely worth checking out if you like the genre. Another super cool game releasing August 18th is Entropy. This is a tactical, turn-based RPG that takes a lot of inspiration from classic JRPGs. We put together a party of mercenaries and explore a desolate post-apocalyptic world. In my opinion, the most unique part of this game is its visuals. It has a retro 3D look to it that I just love. I think JRPG mechanics mixed with these visuals might make for an interesting mix. Then, on August 28th, we have Chapter 1 of Ventreville, A Cure for Sorrow. This is a mystery visual novel where we get to play as 6 different protagonists. The story revolves around the sudden murder of the Aberdeen family, and we make choices that have huge butterfly effect on the rest of the game, opening up many branching roads that can be either silly or dire. The coolest mechanic here, though, is that the final protagonist is the interrogating detective, and they will only know as much information as we managed to uncover with our previous 5 characters. We can replay to find all the different unique endings and see how our choices shift the narrative. So if you like games with heavy replayability, this might be something worth checking out. And this game actually grew out of an original D&D campaign the developers played during the pandemic, which I think is really cool. Okay, the next 2 games I'm gonna be talking about don't have a specific release date as of me recording this. They just say August, which makes me think they might end up being delayed, but I wanted to include them here anyway. First one is Good Heavens. This is an open world crafting building RPG that we can either play solo or online with up to 8 players. It seems like it was inspired heavily by Don't Starve Together. We're basically helping this clumsy god named Rar restore a world that is on the brink of collapse, and we explore procedural floating islands, rebuild fallen cities, and set up our own base. We can grow our character through 6 different tech trees like warfare, trickery, sorcery, exploration, and we also get to farm, cook, fish, craft, you know, all that classic survival game stuff. Again, this is a really vibrant game and it definitely has its own visual character, and I just love games like that. And our final indie game for today is Frog Island, also hopefully releasing sometime in August. In this one, we wake up on a abandoned island and we're greeted by a mysterious woman who asks us to take care of her frogs while she's away. And then she just vanishes the next day, leaving us with only a handwritten note and some old tools. The developer describes it as a spiritual successor to creature collector games like Neko Atsume. We'll get to build the island of our dreams as we discover cute and curious frogs and also uncover the island's many hidden secrets. To me, this seems like the perfect Sunday morning game. So those are all the games I have to talk about for this video. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you found something you liked. I love talking about games. I just love looking at new releases, making game lists. It's literally my passion and I love making these little YouTube videos, and you can support that dream of mine for free by subscribing, by liking this video, by commenting down below. And if you cannot think of what to comment, you can just comment which one of these games you're most excited to play. And yeah, I post every Saturday, so if you would like to watch next week's video, and the one after that, and the one after that, and the one after that, I'm not giving up. I will keep uploading. You can subscribe. Otherwise, the algorithm will probably never help us cross paths again, unfortunately. I hope you have a great August, and take care of yourselves. Bye bye.